So here's another question on sharing work, and let's just see how this works. It's kind of different than the ones we've been doing. Check this out. It says it takes Aaron 9 hours longer than Chris to paint the house. Okay, working together, that does the job in 20 hours. Okay, great. So let's write this down. Here's Aaron, right? Here's Chris, and here's together. So let's write down exactly what they've got here, and let's work it out. So far, okay. We got together is 20 hours, but we said Aaron takes 9 hours longer than Chris to paint the house. Well, wait a second. What's Chris's time? Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't know. Well, that's right. I don't know. Chris is X. So if Aaron takes 9 hours longer than Chris, 9 hours plus Chris. 9 hours longer. There's your system. Isn't that neat? So now let's write this as our fractional one. Our fractional one, of course, we know is 1 over 9 plus x. But you know what? I don't like that 9 plus x stuff. I'm going to write this as x plus 9. That makes more sense to me, right? Like that, right? Okay. This one is a fractional one. This one's 1 over x. This is a fractional one, which is 1 over 20. Oh, beautiful. So now this is no different than what you've already done. Check this out. Aaron is 1 over x plus 9. Chris is 1 over x for a total of 1 over 20. All you have to do now is say, okay, what's missing, right? Right. So here we go. What's missing? Oh, what's missing over here, of course, is x and an x plus 9. So let's put it in the numerator. There we go. Okay. Going over to this one, what's missing in the middle? Well, it's missing a 20, obviously. Okay. And it looks like it's missing an x plus 9. Oh, isn't that interesting? Yep. Yep. And then over on the left side here, what is that missing? That's missing, of course, a 20, right? And it's missing an x. Oh, how joyous. Now, before we go crazy, we should actually put down the NPVs. The NPVs, of course, is x cannot equal to, well, in this case, the 0 and a minus 9. But doesn't that make sense? Because go back to Chris, and I'm going to answer this part of the problem first. What do the NPVs represent? It represents that Chris cannot do this painting in 0 hours. And if you look at Aaron, if you subtract 9 from this, well, Aaron can't paint the house in 9 hours either. See what I mean? So that's where the NPVs come into play there. I think that's kind of interesting to see. Now, okay, so do we have a common denominator across the board here? Well, yes, of course we do. So guess what? Gone. Bye-bye, because you know, like things on opposite sides of equal signs cancel. So look what you have here. You got 20 times x. Well, isn't that just 20x plus? Now, oh, distribute, distribute. 20 times 1, we don't really care, but 20 times x, that's important. That gives you 20x plus, 20 times 9. Now we're starting to get into big numbers. That's kind of scaring me right now. So what? We'll work it out when we get there. Distribute again. Here to here, we got x squared plus 9x. Oh, look how beautiful that is. All we have to do is combine some like terms. Okay, 20x and 20x works out to be 40x plus 180 equals to x squared plus 9x. Don't forget, I really like the fact that we keep this x squared right here. Keep it positive. So I'm going to move everything over to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 40x from this side, right? And I'm going to subtract the 180 from here as well. So look what we get. We end up getting these guys canceling out on us, getting us a 0. This is going to be x squared. This is going to be minus 31x minus 180. Oh my goodness gracious. That's going to be the ugliest PSA I think we've seen of all time. Look at that. PSA. Check it out. We know that the product has to be minus 180. The sum has to be minus 31. Oh, come on. That's just ridiculously difficult. Well, take that 180, start breaking it down. Break it down. You know that this is 18 times 10. You know that this is 9 times 2. This is times 2 times 5. Ah, check it out. Here we go. 3 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 5. Now, let's look at all the possible combinations that make up 180 that add up to minus 31. You know what? I already see it. I see it right in front of me. This is going to astonish you. Look, it's right here. It's right here. Why? 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 2 is 4. 9 times 4 is 36. Right? There's 36 times 5. Oh my goodness. Make the 36 a negative. Make the 5 a positive. Guess what? Minus 36 plus 5. Oops, 36 plus 5. It works. It gives you minus 31. That was actually remarkably simple compared to what I thought it would be. Oh, okay. So minus 36 and 5 are your numbers. So let's break this guy down because there's my equal sign. Here we go. This is x minus 36. This is x plus 5. That all equals to 0. So don't forget, we got to go x minus 36 equals to 0. We have to go x plus 5 equals to 0. And if we add 36 to this side and add 36 to this side, we've got x equals to 36, which is potentially a pretty decent number. Subtract 5 from here, subtract 5 from here, we can also have x equals to minus 5. But wait a second. What does x equal to minus 5 mean? Look back at Chris. Look back at Chris. Chris does the painting in X hours. Do you mean that he can do the painting in minus 5? Oh, no, I don't think so. Chris can't do that in minus 5 hours. That's impossible. You can't take negative time. So that means the only answer that is logical is 36. So Chris here then equals to 36 hours. And Aaron, of course, is going to be, it's going to be that 9 plus 36. So Aaron's going to take 45 hours, okay? And Chris is going to take 36 hours. And together, if they are nice and they cooperate, they can do this in 20 hours. What a cool question, hey? I love this kind of question. A little bit more challenging than the last ones, but works out really, really nice based on all the stuff that you learned. Hey, I love it.